Hello everyone, it's Christine here and I'm back for our stitch along, and we are going to be doing a stitch that you have probably done before, but it's in our dictionary of stitches. So we're going to do running stitch, and I thought I'd make it a bit of fun and do a figure running with running stitch. So I've sketched out a figure using my friction marker, which erases with heat. And so with running stitch, you're going to start with a thread, you're going to put a knot in the end of it, whatever sort of thread you want. I'm using a thickish perlé or crochet cotton, I guess. And then you're going to pop out, and then there's two different ways. You can do the stab stitch, or you can do the stitch where you're sort of just working on the surface. So I'm going to take my needle down and then just take a little nip of the fabric in the direction I want my threads to go. And then another little, take it forward about the same distance and a little nibble of fabric with the needle. And so you're just going to get a stitch that has little intervals in between the other stitches. So this is this method of doing it, which I'll do for the legs, and then we'll switch to the other method of doing it. So here I'm going to go around the corner, so I'll do my little nibble stitch here. I didn't mean that to sound rude, it probably did. That wasn't intentional. Okay, and so tomorrow we're going to be doing a whipped version of running stitch, which you might have tried or you might not. But it's good to have all these stitches in our dictionary of stitches, even the basic stitches, because they can come in very handy, the basic stitches. So I'm filming this on Friday night. I think you'll be watching this on Saturday night, because I've got to get my filming done for the week ahead. I usually sort of do a work on the week's videos on the weekend before, but I realised I didn't have a video to load for tomorrow night, so I thought I'd better do that. Okay, so after this stitch, we'll then stitch, switch to the other method, which is the stab stitch method. So that's where you are stabbing into the fabric and coming back out. I must admit, this is the method I mostly stitch, because I find that there's something quite nice about the rhythm that you get, and it feels less pressured because you're kind of not having to do two movements in one in the other. You're having to take the needle into the fabric and also work out where it's coming out. In this, you're just working your way along. So in my slow stitchy world, this is the way I normally slow stitch. And I don't even know if the other method is particularly faster than this method. I don't know why my table has taken to squeaking, unless there's something that's sort of squeaking against the wall over there. I'm going to have an investigate after this. Used to be my chair that squeaked, now it's the table. Or maybe it's just I've had too much on my table. Had a delivery of drawers and things arrived today. Beautiful Perspex drawers that are stackable. That I'm going to be using for my threads and things. I got 3 recently and they're wonderful, and so I bought myself a few more so I can have them all matching ones on the set of shelves next to me, which will just make them really, really functional and great to be able to get things out. So I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're enjoying some crafting time. Definitely needing my crafting time at the moment with everything that's happening at work. It's a lovely solace. I think I've commented to a few of my stitchy buddies that yeah, it's the stitching, our little stitching worlds provide a real solace in the craziness of life, whether it's the working life or the other things that are happening in the world. It's just lovely to come into your craft room, or just into your craft space, even if that's a chair you sit in when you're sitting in when you do your crafting work. It's just about having somewhere where you switch off from everything else and just have some very mindful, or almost sometimes, I mean, not mindless, but it's like you take your mind off those other things and you just focus on what you're actually doing. And maybe that's why I like stab stitching as well, because it actually makes, it has a sound associated with it, with the needle popping up through the fabric and the thread coming through. I don't know, it sounds a bit different to when you just do the other method of stitching. So once this is done, I'll be able to give it an iron, and that will just take away that faint outline from the pen, and we'll just be left with the outline from the running stitch. So it won't be a particularly long video this time. Just put a final little stitch, even though it's a bit shorter, just to finish off this one there. And that is our running stitch. I was originally going to use it to even spell out the running, but then I found it just wasn't that distinct, so I came back and just did a regular stitch there. And then tomorrow we will work on some whipped running stitch down here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care and speak soon. Bye everyone.